All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Strip that ball. Hey, Alpha.
Now Ryan. He completes it to Treadwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, Gurley. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's the second year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
He's checking.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
And him running the football is not something the defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Gurley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Ready, like 25. It's 59. 39. Watch the curve, watch the curve. 25.
On first down, it's Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 39.
Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Hey, man, hang up. Watch the boot. 58 for Mike. 58.
On second and a couple, Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
All day, dog. Hey, go.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. From the gun, Bridgewater. Found his target. It's Anderson. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Bridgewater now. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Bridgewater on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Space to run past the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's third down. Third and short yardage. Bridgewater escaping the pressure right. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the pass. Hey, 59, ready.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Yeah!
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. It's caught. Jones. And he's got this almost to the 40. Before going out. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick release.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run. It's Gurley. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. First down, Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. He's going to air one out. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Ready, back 25. Check, watch 54. 54, south. He's scared.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Everyone shut up.
Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. In for the sack, Deion Jones. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. I got you.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
They find some open field here. 30, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Mike Davis, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Gano the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 23. Check. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Gun. Go.
Now Ryan on first down. Short throw underneath to Hurst.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Gurley. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Got it. Still 80. Line's 59. Gun. Watch it.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Falcons on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Caught by Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. On the toss, it's Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
20. Check it back.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now it's Ryan. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To throw, Bridgewater going for the deep ball. It got his man complete. A big play there for Carolina. 52 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Steve 6. All right, 25 tonight. Hey, me and you all day.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. It's caught by Treadwell. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now Gurley. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Blue draw forfeit. 58. Check 59.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. He completes it to Treadwell. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Gurley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff for Gurley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Ryan. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K'Wan Short. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.